poked on. We wondered, would it be Wraith? Would it be Core Jade? Would it be Initiation? Would it be Poke? It's back to Wraith. It's back to the...
He knew he was alone, and now Ambition, instead of going for the dive, he's actually going for Svensson right here. Svensson jukes out because he knew he was close. Really good read.
Still taking damage, but he's actually going to come back in. Cube's under the turret, but he's actually just out of range, and Sven,
the minions,
might even look back in for him. Minions doing damage, coming first. Sven Scarra, can he do it again? Right to the Q. Wall ups over. They've got Cube, first blood. TSM stuns him over the wall. Ambition repels down to his death. Also with the second kill.
Higher spell damage Q.
All in. Yeah. Ulti does go in for a crowd. Dead. Bjergsen with a perfect calculation.
Hunter,
yeah,
looking to be fast himself.
Looking for the stun, does get the first one. Bjergsen chains it in. Cube now going to be the target. He's overheated, and Bjergsen grabs another.
And again, Bjergsen suddenly is tough, because guess what? He can just push in, and that's the value of winning matchups. You need to translate that advantage into a different lane. Gone are the days where you solo kill people in lane all the time, but you can get the push and roll.
Yeah, they're making it look easy, TSM, playing it by the book, and Samsung, their playbook's kind of closed. They need a new book, because for now, every lane they enter in, even with pink ward coverage there from the Rumble, it didn't matter. Just casually walked in, Bjergsen, and picked up another kill, even without Ghost to really close the distance fast. And Svensson entering another lane, and it's Crown now.
Oh, good stuff from Bjergsen. Flash kick, ulti all in, and Sven gets the next one.
By Svensson, it's a little thing. Being safe in your approach to brushes can change the entire game, because I got them 2 kills. Got Bjergsen ahead. Now Sven's in a little bit of trouble here because there's still some teleport available.
In. Good combo in there. Sven is going to go down. No Bifrost might have saved him. Safeguards the safety. Might be an uphill double lift. Takes out Wraith on the other end. He's getting chased by Cube, but Bifrost will pay the price as Rule against the trade.
Just the first kill on. He didn't do that. We see the big lead for TSM, and they haven't taken the foot off the accelerator.
Crown just can't move off this at all. In fact, they're going to go for a dive. Ambition forced to repel out of the way, but they might still go for a good pull from Wraith. Might be enough to defend, and Double is firing shots in the enemy team. Wraith takes a lot of damage, but Bjergsen all-ins onto Ruler and chunks him down, who flash forward. Really wants to kill, and he does get it. Horns that came down as well. TSM all-inning for the bottom turret. Not done, actually. Bjergsen going to juke out the ulti as Crown barely shorts the Chain of Corruption, but I don't quite know how they get out of this one. Let's find out. Crown going to get knocked over. Sven kicks him into Bifrost. Haunts is here as well, and he flushes the wall, but Double It swoops in to clean him up as Haunter gets credit.
That was a dirty play. When you're winning this hard, that you force the enemy Ezreal to take a page out of Trashy's book and ulti towards the fountain. TSM as well. They had 4,000 gold lead at 10 minutes. This was the largest of Worlds so far. So if there's any way to better start your game 2 at Worlds, it is this way.
Considering the Scrim remake, but of course you're live on the stage here, and you don't have that option if you're Samsung. You kind of understand the mistakes you've made. Ambition tried to spare the blushes, only further put them in a hole, and TSM, they know how to win when they're ahead, and that doesn't seem to change on the world stage.
6,000 gold up already. Autos with that Zeal Atom coming up, and I think TSM now realize we need to sweep this vision.
Yeah, they don't even need to sweep it, because time is the best sweeper. This is the problem. If they sweep right now, they don't find any wards, and they're really going to start doubting themselves. Like, are these guys playing with, like, 6th sense? But they're starting Baron right now.
Here's the panic from Samsung. Cube. Crown actually eats the damage. Proto on his face, and dies now flushes towards Cube for the stun. The zone use is good, but I don't think it's going to save him, and Haunter grabs the double.
That also works. Just start the Baron, guys. Bait him in. Galaxy, and they're really playing right now with TSM. That should be able to just finish this game already.
Clever bit of vision there. It kind of loosens Yellow Trinkets. Not helping in that department. Sven does want the playmaking ability from the Trinket, so I get it, but maybe an extra sweeper would be helpful. Still, turret falls to TSM, as they will now take 7-2 turrets. Again, so far ahead, but the game isn't over. Samsung Galaxy certainly doing something right. As Ambition maybe caught, repels out of the way, goes back down to Scarra, gets kicked back in, stun up for the concussive blows, and Bjergsen blows him up before the Brawl will come out, and now Haunter's going into the back line. Wraith getting tied up in the front, forced to flash out. Cube practically dead as TSM surge forward for a couple kills.
It was just straightforward stuff for TSM. They got the picks. Ambition, once again, was too far forward. He tried to make the plays this game, tried to do it again, tried to be the furthest point as they tried to get the Baron vision. Honestly, they could have just hung back, because remember, they did have that Baron vision, but at some point you're ceding too much. At some point you're giving too much over to TSM, and now the Baron is free.
Yeah, they're basically afraid of what do we do when they act in this group. Top 2, there are people that think that RNG and Samsung will make it out, and TSM won't.
Ooh, it's actually maybe catchy onto Bio, but TSM a little too far ahead. Tower's already broken. Sven trying to kick one in, but Bjergsen just blows up Ruler. Gonna get kicked back in. His Ambition as Sven dives in onto him, and it's just carnage in the Samsung Galaxy Nexus phase.
Yeah, people getting smashed right now with this Baron buff. They're just put the battering ram in front of the base and just going in.
Let's up, boys.
Well, it's maybe about time for the Nexus Star. It's going to start to get broken. Cuvee, barely any health to play with. His Ambition getting dove on as well. TSM going to complete the ace here. His Ambition goes down to Honsa. A double kill for the Canada, seal the deal. And TSM going to win their first game at Worlds.
As up, like I said, TSM should